our problem set of ratio and proportion. This is the last point of this chapter. Last time we have left with our problem set, so today we are going to complete the problem set. You can see on page number 77 problem set, in which question number 1 is there, where you have to select the appropriate alternative, answer the following questions. Okay, alternative answers for the following questions. Whatever the questions are there, you have to select the proper alternative. Okay, so first question is, if 6 to 5 is equal to y is to 20, 6 is to 5 is equal to y is to 20, then what will be the value of y? We have to find the value of y. Okay, so how we are going to find out the value of y? Now this is to sign means what? 6 divided by 5, which is equal to y divided by 20. Now we can find the value of y. Y is equal to this 20 will multiply to 6. So this will become 6 into 20 divided by 5. 5 ones are 5 fours are 20. 6 fours are 24. So y is equal to 24. So option number B. B is the option that is right. Okay. So second option B, y value is 24. Now the second question. What is the ratio of 1 mm to 1 centimeter? 1 mm to 1 centimeter. We have seen such kind of examples. I've told you, whenever the unit is different, you have to first make the unit same. If you make unit same, it will become easy to find the ratio. Okay. So this centimeter, we are going to convert in millimeter. Okay. So 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. So therefore, given ratio will become given ratio. Which ratio we have to find? 1 mm to 1 centimeter. But 1 centimeter is equal to how much? 1 mm is equal to 1 centimeter is equal to 10 mm. So 1 centimeter we will write 10 mm. Remove the unit, what we will get? 1 as to 10. So your option number C, 1 as to 10. That is your right. You have to remember the units, that the unit should be same, or if they are not same, then you have to convert the unit to the same and then find the ratio. I'm explaining you all these things here, but in exam you don't have to write this. You have to write only the correct answer. All this is the rough work. All this is the rough work. Either you can think in your mind and solve it, or you can do it rough and write only the answer. You don't have to write the complete explanation. I am here explaining you the answer, but you have to write only this much answer. This part is rough. This part is your rough work. Okay. So now we will go for the third example. What is third example? The ages of Jatin, Nitin and Mohsin are 16, 24 and 36 years respectively. Okay, respectively means what? First age is of Jatin, second 24 age is of Nitin and 36 age is of Mohsin. What is the ratio of Nitin's age to Mohsin's age? What ratio we have to find out? We have to find the ratio of Nitin's age to Mohsin's age. Now, what is the age of Nitin and what is the age of Mohsin? Respectively, it is given, so it is 24 and 36. So this will become 24 and this will become 36. Now, we have to calculate here 24 upon 36. Here clearly we can see that 12 twos and 12 threes are. 12 twos are 12 threes are. The bigger number you find, the smaller calculation it becomes. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे आ जाएगा 12 2 and this is 12 3 this 12 get cancelled, so 2 upon 3 remains. Okay, this is a small number, so we can find it directly that this comes in 12th number. So your right option is B, 2 as to 3. The right option is B, that is 2 as to 3. Now we will see the fourth example. Fourth example on your page number 78. Okay. 24 bananas were distributed between Shubham and Anil in the ratio 3 as to 5. Okay. 24 bananas were distributed between Shubham and Anil in the ratio 3 as to 5. Okay. Then how many bananas did Shubham get? How many bananas did Shubham get? This is the ratio of Shubham to Anil. Okay. Shubham and Anil's ratio. Then how much bananas get in the ratio? 3 as to 5. Now whenever we are considering, we consider that let Shubham get 3x bananas and Anil get 5x bananas. Right? We have to suppose that there is a factor x which is multiplied to Shubham and Anil's ratio, so that their addition, how much it is, how much they get in total, that is 24. Shubham 3x, Anil 5x, their addition becomes 24. As this is a rough work, you don't have to write down properly. Just do it as fast as you can. Okay, so this is 3x plus 5x becomes 8x, which is equal to 24. So x is equal to, you get x is equal to 3. But we don't want the value of x. We want that how much bananas did Shubham get. So therefore, Shubham get 3x, which is equal to 3 into 3. That is 9 bananas. How much bananas did Shubham get? That is 9 bananas. Your option number D. Option number B, that is correct. That is 9. Okay. So what you are going to find here, that is very important. Okay. Now we'll see the question number 5. What is the mean proportion? What is the mean proportional of 4 and 25? What is the mean proportional of 4 and 25? This is 25. What is mean proportional? We know that if two ratios are like this, A as to B and B as to C, then we can write them as A upon B is equal to B upon C. Because this and these two are same. Predecessors of first and accessor of second. These two are same. Then we can write the given ratios in this form. A upon B is equal to B upon C. This we can write an equality form, that B into B we do here. This becomes B square and we multiply A and C. We get this equation, that is B square is equal to AC, in which this B is your mean proportional. B is your mean proportional. So you have to find the value of B. In this example, what they have told us, to find out the mean proportional of 4 and 25. Means what, you have to find the value of B, and this is the value of A and C. This is the value of A and C. So here, therefore, A is equal to 4 and C is equal to 25. We have to find the value of B. Okay. Therefore, we have the equation B square is equal to AC. This equation we have. So, B square is equal to A and C value 4 and 25. 4 into 25. 4 25s are, that is 100. This is the value of b square. We want to find the value of b, not b square. So take square root, we get b is equal to 10. Because 100 is what? 10 square. So b is equal to 10. So your correct option is C. 10. 10 is the right answer. That is option number C. Very simple kind of examples are there. You have, if your basics is done properly, then you can find the answers very easy and quickly. Okay. We will see the question number 2 now. Question number 2. For the following numbers, write the ratio of first number to the second number in the reduced form. Okay, we have to find out the given ratio in the reduced form. First is 21 as to 48. Okay, we have to find its reduced form. Therefore, 21 as to 48, which is equal to 21 upon 48. Okay, 21 and 48 comes in 3's table. This can be divided by using 3, right? 3 7s are 21. Okay, 3 1s are 3. 18 remains. 6 are 18. 3 6 are 18. So here we are having 7 upon 16. Okay, so this is the last reduced form of 21 as to 14 because 7 and 16 cannot be reduced further by any number. So here is the reduced form of 21 as to 48. The second one, 36, 90. 36 as to 90, which is equal to 36 divided by 90. Now 36 and 90 can be divided by, okay, this can be divided by 9. 9 4s are 36, 9 10s are 90. You can write like this also, 9 4s are divided by 9 10s are. Here also you can write, if you don't understand it directly, you can 3 7s are 21, 3 16s are. This 3 3 then get cancelled. Here also 9 9 will get cancelled. You get 4 upon 10. Now 4 upon 10 is easy. We can write as 2 upon 5. Okay. 2 and 5 both are prime numbers. They cannot be reduced now. So 36 as to 90. The value is 2 as to 5. Third, 65 and 117. 65 and 117. Okay. Now 65 and 117. If you remember the tables, so it will be easy for you that you can find out the numbers directly, that in which table 65 and 117 comes. But if you don't remember the tables, there is one more method which we can solve these examples, that is by finding the factors. Okay, we can find the factors of 65 and 117. So here it is very easy. It is comes in 13 tables, 13 5s are and 13 9s are, because 13 table we know everyone. So this is in 13 table, this is 13 5s are and this is 13 9s are. Okay, so 13 13 here get cancelled, so we can get here value 5 upon 9. Okay, one more factors is there. How we are going to find by the factors method, we will see in the next example, that is fourth example. Question number 2, we are solving the fourth sub question, that is 138 and 161. 138 and 161. Now 138 is to 161, which is equal to 138 divided by 161. Now, these are bigger numbers. We don't know in which table this number comes. Now, here we can find out the factors. 138. Okay. So, 138 we can divide by 2 also. We can divide by 3 also. We can do divide by 3. 3 4s are 12. Carry 1. 18 is there. So 3 6s are 18. 46 we can divide by 2. 23. Now 23 is prime number, so 23 ones are. So the factors of 138 are 3 into 2 into 20. Now 161. 161 divided by. So we have to find out the factors of 161. 161 is not divided by 2, 3, 4, 5. It is directly divided by 7. 7 2s are 40. 2 remains 21, 7 these are 21. So 23 and 1. Again 23 is prime number. So 161 is divided by split as 7 into 20. So here 23, 23 get cancelled. 3 2s are 6 upon 7. So the reduced form is 6 as to 7. Very simple. If bigger number comes, find the factors and write the factors. Whatever the common number is there, you get cancelled. And whatever the remaining, if they are solved, if it is solving, then solve. If it is not, keep it as it is. Because 6 and 7 consecutive numbers, so they cannot be divided. The last from the question number 2, that is 114 and 130. Okay. Okay. Sorry for the disturbance. We have this ratio now 114 as to is to 133. So if you remember the table, then it's okay. But if you don't, then you can solve. This comes in 19th table. So if you remember, then okay. Otherwise, we will find out the factors 114. We'll divide by 2 simply. 2 5s are 10, 2 7s are 40. 57 is there. It is divided by 3. 3 ones are 3. 27 remains. 9s are. 3 9s are 27. Here 19 is again prime number, so 19 ones are. So 114 is split as 2 into 3 into 19. So here it is 2 into 3 into 19 divided by the second number, that is 133. So 133, again it is not divided by 2, 3, 4. It is directly divided by your 7. 7 ones are 7. 63 remains. So 63 means what? Your 9. 7 9s are 63. Again 19 prime number. Your answer is 7 into 9. 7 into 9. Again 19 19 get cancelled. Your answer is again 6 upon 7. Here again the ratio is 6:7. See here, if you don't remember the values directly, you can find out the factors, and in factors you get one number as common, that get cancelled, and whatever the remaining is there, that you get the reduced ratio. Okay. Okay. Now we will see the question number 3. This all examples we have already done in our practice set. These are some different examples which are for your more practice from your problem set, which makes you, if you solve them, or if you all solve them, so it makes more practice for you guys. Okay, we'll see the question number 3. Write the following ratios in the reduced form. Okay. In the previous example, the numbers were given and that we have find in reduced form. Now here they have given some statement, and that statement we have to write it in proper equation form, and then we have to reduce it. So the statement is radius to the diameter of circle. Radius to diameter of circle. Okay. So whenever a circle is there, we have radius, let us suppose r, and diameter is equal to d. But d means what? It is 2r, because it is the twice the multiplication of radius. So radius is r, diameter is 2r. We have to take the ratio, then 4. The given ratio, we have to consider the given ratio. What is the ratio we have to consider? Radius as to diameter, which is equal to, radius is r and diameter is 2r. So that we can write as r upon 2r. R get cancelled, 1 upon 2, which is equal to 1 as 2. We get the reduced form of the ratio 1 as 2. Second, the ratio of diagonal of the diagonal to the length of rectangle. Okay, ratio of diagonal to length of rectangle. Diagonal to length of rectangle having length 4 and breadth 3 cm. Okay, length is given 4 and breadth is 3 cm. See, a rectangle is there. Suppose this is a rectangle A, B, C, and D. Which ratio we have to find out? We have to find the ratio of diagonal to the length of rectangle. Diagonal of rectangle to the length of rectangle. We have length of rectangle here. We don't have diagonal. What is diagonal? If you join the corner points by a line like this is called the diagonal. This AC is the diagonal. We have to find the value of AC. To find the diagonal, which is equal to, write like this, length AC, which is equal to question mark, because AC is the diagonal which we don't know. We have to find out. Then how we are going to find out the value of diagonal? Now we know that in a rectangle, all the angles are 90 degrees. All the angles are 90 degrees. So if we consider this triangle, in which angle B is 90 degrees, so this becomes a right angle triangle. In triangle ABC, angle B is equal to 90 degrees. Therefore, triangle ABC is right angle triangle. Now, if ABC is right angle triangle, then by using Pythagoras theorem, we can find the value of AC by Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras theorem, we have AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Now this AB is your length, width. This is 3. BC is your length, that is 4. Put the values. 3 square plus 4 square. 3 square is 9 and 16. This is 25. You get the value of AC square is equal to 25. But we need the value of AC. So take square root. AC is equal to under root of 25. So AC is equal to how much? We get 5. Therefore, we get the value of diagonal. Diagonal, how much we get? That is 5. Therefore, the given ratio. What is the given ratio? Therefore, the given ratio diagonal to length. I'll write in short because diagonal is of rectangle only and length is of also rectangle. So diagonal to its length, which is equal to, what is the diagonal? Here is the diagonal, that is 5 as 2. What is the length? 4. This is the reduced form. We don't have to solve any further because 5 as 2, 4 is the last answer. So the given ratio becomes diagonal to length, which is equal to 5 as 2. So this is theoretical type of statement they have given. From that statement, you have to identify and solve, and the whatever the given ratio is there, that you have to find out. If it is reduced, then you can reduce it. If it is not reducing, then keep it as it is. Okay. The third one, the ratio of perimeter to area of a square. The third one is ratio किसका निकालना है? Perimeter to its area. Area of what? Area of a square. Area of square. The perimeter of square and area of also square having side 4 centimeter. Okay. Side कितना दिया है? Side is equal to 4 centimeter. So you have to find out the perimeter and area of square. So perimeter of square. First we will find out the perimeter of square. It is 4L. Let us suppose this side is denoted by L. So perimeter means what? Your 4 into L, which is equal to 4 into 4, which is equal to 16. And area of square. Area of square. Area is your L square. So L square means what? Your 4 square, which is equal to 16. So the required ratio of perimeter to area, we will write here only. Perimeter to area, which is equal to 16 as to 16, which is equal to 16 upon 16. 16 get cancelled. What is remaining? 1 as to 1. 16 get cancelled. It doesn't mean that it is 0. Okay, it is 1 as to 1. Your answer is 1 as to 1. Okay. Now question number 4. Question number 4 is check whether the following numbers are in continued proportion. Okay. Whatever the numbers are given to you, that you have to find whether they are in continued proportion or not. And how we are going to find out the continued proportion? In last example only we have seen that B is your mean proportional. B is your mean proportional. Question number 4. B is your mean proportional and the equation is B square is equal to AC. If B square value and A into C value, if they are same, then we can say that they are in continued proportion. When 3 numbers are in continued proportion, if A as to B is equal and B is to C, These two ratios are given. Then A upon B is equal to B upon C. Then ABC. Then A, B, C are in continued proportion. Okay. Now we have to satisfy this condition. A upon B means what? This is B square is equal to AC. If we satisfy B square is equal to AC, then we can say that the given three numbers are in continued proportion. So first example we will see here, it is 2, 4 and 8. 2, 4 and 8 respectively. So the value of A is equal to 2, B is equal to 4 and C is equal to 8. We have to find these two values. So B square which is equal to, first we will find out B square. 4 square which is equal to 16. Say it as equation number 1. And AC, we will find out the right hand side. Let us suppose here LHS left hand side, okay, and right hand side RHS which is equal to AC which is equal to 2 into 8. 8 to the 16. This is equation number 2. From 1 and 2, LHS is equal to RHS, that is B square is equal to AC. Therefore, the given numbers 2, 4, 8 are in continued proportion. Therefore, the given numbers are in continued proportion. In this manner or in this way, you have to solve. If you are not solving like this, LHS or RHS, you can solve directly also. The second example I am taking like that. Okay. Second example is 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So we have here A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 3. So B square is equal to AC. B value is 2, its square, A value is 1, C value is 3. 2 square is 4, which is equal to 3 ones are 3. This value is not equal. 4 is not equal to 3. 4 is not equal to 3. Therefore, the given condition does not satisfy. So therefore, the given numbers, whatever the given numbers are there, they are not in continued proportion. So we will write here, therefore 1, 2, 3 are not in continued proportion. Therefore, the numbers 1, 2, 3 are not in continued proportion. Very simple. If it is same, they are in continued proportion. If they are not same, they are not in continued proportion. Okay. Let's see the third example. Very simple kind of exercise problem set it is. All the hard examples are skipped from your problem set. Only the simple examples they have kept here. Third one, 9, 12, 16. 9, 12, and 16. Okay, if this is easy for you, then you can solve like this also. A is equal to 9, B is equal to 12, and C is equal to 16. Okay. B square is equal to AC, so this becomes 12 square, which is equal to 9 into 16. 9 into 16. Okay, 12 square is 144 and 16 nines is also 144. So these two numbers are same. Therefore, the B square is equal to AC. Therefore, or you can, if you don't have to write this, you can not, don't write that. We get the numbers equal. Therefore, the given numbers, that is 9, 12, and 16 are in continued proportion. Are in continued proportion. Okay, last example from this question number 4, 3, 5, and 8. We solve this example 3, 5 and 8 here. E, 5, 8. A is equal to 3, B is equal to 5 and C is equal to 8. Now we are having here B square is equal to AC. So 5 square is equal to 3 into 8. 5 square is 25. 8 3s are 24. 25 is not equal to 24. Therefore, 3, 5, 8 are not in continued proportion. Therefore, they are not in continued proportion. Very simple it is. If you have to solve by this, or first example I have taken that take LHS and RHS, say equation number 1, equation number 2, that becomes a proper answer. This is very short, but still it contains full marks because your answer is right. This examples may come for exam for 1 marks or sometimes 2 marks because they will give you 2 examples, 2 different examples. This for 1 mark, this for 1 mark. 1 and 1 marks, they will become 2 marks. So you have to remember that how we are going to solve this kind of example. Okay. We'll see the question number 5. A, B, C are in continued proportion. If A is equal to 3 and C is equal to 27, find the value of B. Okay. They have given that A, B, C are in continued proportion. A is equal to 3 and C is equal to 27. We have to find the value of B. Now, if they are in continued proportion, means they satisfy this condition. That is B square is equal to AC. So we will put the values 3 into 27. B square is equal to 81. 27 is 81. So B square is equal to. So we have to find the value of B. Put in under root 81. It is 9. 9 is 81. So B is equal to 9. So the value of B is equal to 9. Okay. Question number 6. Question number 6. Convert the following ratios into percentages. First is given 37 as to 500. We have seen this kind of examples that ratios, whatever the ratios are given, that you have to convert into percentage. And we have seen that how we are going to convert into percentage, just multiply by 100. If you multiply by 100, you will get your percentage. 37 divided by 500 multiplied by 100. The 0 get cancelled, you will get 37 divided by 5. Divide, you will get in point. 5, 6 7 35. Okay, this value will come in point, so we will divide it sidewise and we will write down only the answer. 37, this is 5. So 5 7s are 35. Okay, 2 remain, take a 0, so it will come here point. 5 4s are 20. Okay, remaining is 0. So the division is 7.4%. So you will get the value 7.4%. Very easy it is. Whatever the ratio is given, just multiply by 100 and solve. You will get the answer. And if this kind of division is there you can see that the answer will come in point. Just solve by proper method of division, and whatever the answer is there, write it there. Okay? So because many of the times after point there is a big number or difference, so it is better to solve by proper division. Second, 5 upon 8. 5 upon 8. So directly multiply by 100. So you will get the. Okay, let us divide by 2. This will become 4. This will become 50. This is again 2. This is 25. Okay. So 5 multiplied by 25 divided by 2. So again 25, 5 is 125 divided by 2. So here it will become 125 divided by 2. This can be solved. This gets value 62.5. Or we can solve also here. 2 ones are 2 6 are 12. Then 5 is there. So 2 are 4. 1 remains. Take a 0.5. 62.5%. So the value is 62.5%. You can find this division also direct by a proper division method. So you will get 125 and 2. If you solve this, you will get here 62.5. Okay. Third one. 22 upon 30. 22 upon 30. Multiplied by say 100. 1 0 get cancelled. We get 220 divided by 3. This 10 multiplied to 22. So this 220 divided by 3. Now divide by 3. 3 sevens are 21. Okay, 3 ones are 3 sevens are 21. 1 remaining 0 is 3. 3 threes are 9. 1 again remaining 0 point. Again take 0. So again 3s are, and that will be recurring. Okay. So this is the answer will be 73.33%. Or this 3 is recurring. So make a round figure. Will become 73.34%. Because this 3 is going to repeat again and again because the answer is 10. Again 3 3s are 9. 1 remains again 10. 3 3s are 9. Again remains 1, 10. So this 3 will occur continuously. To round up that, we will make 34%. Fourth one, 5 upon 16. 5 divided by 16 multiplied by 100. Simple. Divide by 2, 50. 4, 25. 25, 5 into 25 divided by 4. Okay, 25 5s are again 125 divided by 4. Again divide by 4 here directly. 4 3s are 12. 4 1s are 4. 1 remains 0 आएगा तो point आ जाएगा 10. Again 4 2s are okay. Then 2 will remain again 0 5 31.25%. 31.25%. You can solve it by proper division method also. You can try it this. Whether answer is 31.24, you can check. Okay. We will see the last example of this question number 6. Fifth example. 144 upon 1200. 144 upon 1200 multiplied by 100. This 0 0 0 0 get cancelled. 144 divided by 12. Okay, 12s are 144. 12 square is 144. So this becomes 12 12s are. So 12 ones are 12 12s are. So this becomes 12%. Your last answer is 12%. Okay. So in this way, you are going to solve all your questions from your chapter ratio and proportion. We are still left with question number 7 and question number 8 because after question number 9, all the examples are reduced from your syllabus. Only up to question number 8 we are going to solve. So in next lecture, we will see the question number 7 and question number 8. Also along with that, I will give you some important questions, revision also from this chapter. So in next lecture, we will complete this chapter. This is very lengthy one, but it is very important because it's conclude very calculations and your how you are making the base simple. Multiplication is very important, division is very important, and you should learn by heart the tables. So that's why it becomes easy for you whenever you are going to solve it in your exam. Okay. So in next lecture, we are going to see the question number 7 and 8. Ma'am?